I was 31 years old when my mother finally asked me for help. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You're my son. It's your duty to take care of me." And in that moment, every scream, every bruise, every funeral I'd ever attended came flooding back. So I smiled, and I told her she would die alone. If you've ever lived through neglect, abuse, or watched someone destroy everything they touched and never face consequences, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up. Because this isn't just a revenge story. This is 13 years of patience, pain, and payback. My mother never wanted me. At least, not once she realized she could replace me. When I was 2 years old, my baby brother Mark was born. Like any toddler, I acted out. I didn't understand why suddenly I mattered less. But instead of teaching me, instead of loving me through it, my mother decided I was defective. She called me a demonic hell spawn. Not as a joke, not once, repeatedly. So she did what bad parents do best. She outsourced responsibility. She dumped me on my grandparents and kept the shiny new baby for herself. My grandparents saved me. They taught me kindness, patience, responsibility. They taught me that loving someone was a choice. My mother taught me something else entirely. Escalation. Abuse wears a human face. By the time I was 13, my mother had 4 kids. Me and Mark with my dad, and 2 more, Sam and Alicia with my stepfather. That's when the beating started. Every question I asked was disrespect. Every opinion was defiance. And my stepfather's solution was simple: violence. I still remember the sound. A hand hitting skin. The way the room went quiet afterward. Sometimes my mother watched. She never stopped him. That's when something broke inside me. Not loudly, quietly. I learned patience. I learned to wait. Mistake number 1. Neglect that kills. Chores weren't chores in that house. They were hazards. At 11 years old, I was climbing ladders, cleaning gutters, crawling on roofs, cutting tree branches with adult tools while my mother slept. And then came the day everything shattered. I was 14. Mark was 11. Alicia was 2. We were told to watch her while the adults did whatever they wanted. Hours passed. Silence stretched too long. I stood up. My stomach dropped. "Where's Alicia?" Panic exploded. We searched the house, the yard, the garage. Then my mother screamed. A sound I will never forget. Alicia lay on the deck, blue, still, not breathing. They tried CPR. The ambulance came. She died that night. Mistake number 2. Guilt, blame, and a broken system. Mark and I blamed ourselves. Of course we did. We were kids. Our grandparents tried to protect us from that guilt, but guilt doesn't listen. CPS came. My dad fought for custody and won. Briefly. My mother clawed us back, and nothing changed. The final straw. Fast forward, I'm 18, ready to escape, ready to live. Mark is 15. He breaks his finger, needs surgery, gets prescribed strong pain meds. My mother's job was simple: monitor him. She didn't. One afternoon, my grandfather picked me up from school. He wouldn't look at me. Then I saw the body bag. Mark overdosed. 15 years old. Gone. Something inside me went cold. Not angry. Empty. That was the moment revenge stopped being an idea and became a plan.
The revenge begins. Phase 1. Pain. My stepfather went to prison. My mother wrecked her back. I hid her pain meds. Sometimes I threw them away. Yes, it was cruel. But cruelty was the language she taught me. She drove high, got arrested, spent 6 months in jail. I smiled. Phase 2. Power. When she got out, I was in college, living with my grandparents. I took her room. She slept on the couch. Metal bars digging into her ruined spine every night. Slow, consistent, unavoidable. Phase 3. Exposure. She convinced my grandparents to illegally buy drugs for her. I warned them. They ignored me. So I tipped the police. It didn't stick. But something better was coming. Climactic revenge payoff. 13 years after Mark's death, my grandfather passed. My grandmother was broken. My mother was broke. She cornered me one afternoon. "Will you take care of me after Grandma's gone?" The audacity was breathtaking. I stood up, looked her dead in the eyes, and told her the truth. That she destroyed my childhood, that she killed my siblings through neglect, that she would never meet my children, never attend my wedding, that she would be homeless, alone, and that I would laugh. She collapsed into tears. My grandmother stared in shock, and for the first time in my life, I felt free. Revenge doesn't always look like explosions or lawsuits. Sometimes it's boundaries. Sometimes it's walking away forever. Justice doesn't come fast, but sometimes it comes exactly when it should. If this story hit you in the chest, smash that like button. Subscribe for more real, raw revenge stories. And tell me in the comments, was this justice or was it cruelty? Because sometimes the line between the two is the most human thing of all.